Well, history was also in the making in South Korea today. Geun-hye took office as South Korea's first female president today. And Ebru today's Erin Aid brings us more. Erin?
Thank you, Mia. Now returning to the presidential mansion she had known as the daughter of the dictator, and where she will now have to respond to a very volatile North Korea, which tested a nuclear device only 2 weeks ago. Elected back in December, Park Geun-hye also must answer to the victims of her father's 18-year dictatorship and address worries about the lack of jobs, a growing gap between the rich and the poor, and a stagnant economy. There's pressure for her to live up to her campaign suggestion that she can return the country to the strong economic growth her father oversaw, the so-called miracle on the Han River.
One of my critical economic goals is to ensure that anyone that works hard can stand on their own 2 feet, and where, through the support of policies designed to strengthen small and medium-sized enterprises, such businesses can prosper alongside large companies.
Park called North Korea's February 12th nuclear test, the third since 2006, a quote, challenge to the survival and future of the Korean people, and added that Pyongyang should abandon its nuclear ambition and work towards peace. Pyongyang, Washington, Beijing, and Tokyo are all watching to see if Park pursues an ambitious engagement policy meant to ease 5 years of animosity on the divided peninsula. Before Park took her oath of office, South Korean superstar Psy performed his global hit Gangnam Style. Children and the elderly alike joined him in the continuous horse-riding dance he made famous in the song's video. Now, Park's first weeks back in office will be complicated by North Korea's warning of, quote, unspecified measures of greater intensity, a threat that comes as Washington and others pushed for tighter UN sanctions as punishment for the nuclear tests a couple weeks ago.
Well, Erin, what's the general attitude and the concerns of having South Korea's first female president?
That's a very good question, Mia. Well, South Koreans also worry about the growing gap between the rich and the poor, and there's pressure for her to live up to her campaign suggestion that she can return the country to the strong economic growth that her strongman father oversaw. And Park's transition to power has been a rocky one, reflecting deep rifts in South Korea that many trace back to her father's dictatorship, which was not liked by many of the South Korean people. He was a very, very strong leader.
But certainly a very historic day in South Korea.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Erin.